one evening I was in my house, and then in fact, I was looking very terrible. I just taken out braids. And ladies, when you take out braids, you don't want a guy to see. So I just taken out braids, and I was wearing one of my dad's outfits. Just one thing, and I was just sitting at home in the evening. So one of my friends comes in the house and says, "Oh, a couple of people are here from high school and they are downstairs." I'm like, "Why are they downstairs?" First of all, I hated high school. I hated it so much. I was bullied. I hated it. It was such a terrible experience. Seniors were wicked. I went to a military school. So if you survive the seniors and their wickedness, then you will have to deal with the soldiers. Then you survive that, you have to deal with the teacher. So it was a horrible experience. Only people like Pastor K were carrying guns about enjoyed it. It was really terrible for me. So I was wondering, why would I leave you guys 10 years ago? I want to have anything to do with any of you. And so just to be polite, I come downstairs, and there are a couple of them, but there was no light, thankfully. So no one saw me. They couldn't really see me. They could make out who I was, but they couldn't see my face or how I looked, thank God. So they're talking about this whole reunion thing. They wanted us to meet 10 years after, blah, blah, blah. I just had a few laughs. One of the guys that was my friend when we were in school, he asked for my number. I gave him my number. And Kingsley took my number. So after that, he calls me, and I don't even know what it was. Something about, he wanted to check on me or something about the reunion. I don't know. Anyway, we started talking, but nothing. He was the last person in my head. And the reason why he was the last person in my head is probably the reason why a lot of you are still single. And I'll tell you why. Number one, I had certain things that I wanted in a man. So I had this list in my head. And it was not a very long list. It wasn't tall, dark, handsome kind of thing. It was just my God, these are the things that you don't give me. I can do anything else but this. So number one, I don't want a pastor. I will serve you, I will love you, I will do whatever you want me to do in church, but I don't want to marry a pastor. Secondly, if you want me to marry a Nigerian, he must not be an Igbo man. I don't want to have anything to do with an Igbo man. They are brash, they are loud, I don't want anything to do with them. And then they're always planning how they will go home to the village every year. And I'm such a city girl. I don't do village, I don't do rivers, I don't do streams, I don't do mosquitoes, I don't, all those things, I don't do walking about and saying hello to everybody, knocking on their doors, and I don't do those things. So please don't give me an Igbo man. Then Lord, I'm very hairy. Please make sure as a man that his skin is smooth like a baby. I don't want a hairy man. I don't want a beard. I don't want anything like that, because I don't want my son to be a gorilla. I had all kinds of things. So I told God, I don't want these three things. Is there anything I'm missing? Yes. I also didn't want a man that was fair in complexion. I wanted a dark man. I wanted that dark melanin skin. I just wanted to worry about my own skin and sunscreen. I didn't want to worry about anybody else. So I said, God, just those 4 things. I'll do anything else, but you see those 4 things, don't give me. I said that to God. And so, of course, when Igbo speaking pastor, hairy, fair, came to say hello, my mind could not even conceive that he was a possibility. So I friend zoned him. Now I'm not in a relationship, but this guy is talking to me, but I don't see him. It's not possible. I can't marry him. It's not even possible. Do you understand? That's how it was in my head. Like, I cannot. And there are lots of those lists where you say, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. And so the guy is right there in front of you, but you can't see him because you have your list. So I had this list. I said, God, I can't do any of this. And so one day I was just saying to God, the same way you said who it isn't is the same way you tell me who it is. So I know it's not fluke. And you always speak to me through the word anyway. So I want to know what you're doing. It's not like I'm getting younger. I know my mother was getting paranoid. Like, I don't understand. You end a relationship for no other person. It doesn't make sense. My father said, is it that you have decided not to be happy in life? How do you give up a doctor in the UK who is crazy about you? It just made sense to nobody. And I couldn't go around telling everyone God said. It just didn't make sense. So I said, God, you need to do this. Rescue me quickly before these people make me a prayer point. And so we went for the reunion. Biggie and I became friends, like I said, but I never really thought about him. So one day, by that time he was pastoring, so one day I couldn't go to my church, so I decided, which church is close by? Kingsley's church is close by, so let me just drop by and see. Let me even see if he's really now a pastor or it's another scam, So I got to his church, and I was just there in the audience. I didn't even know he saw me, but apparently now that I preach, I realized that you see everybody when you're standing here. I had no idea. So I thought I was hiding in one tiny corner there. So after service, he walks straight to me and says, you came to church, I saw you. Okay, you know what, I'll take you home, but I have a few meetings, so if you just wait for me. I was like, that's fine. So I'll wait. So I sat at the back somewhere waiting for him. He was doing pastor's meeting, and while I was there, I felt that same unusual presence of God. And I said to myself, this church, they must really be born again, because the presence of God is very strong here. And so I just sat there worshiping, and then the Spirit of God says to me, I want you to read 1 Samuel 16, I believe. And so I read about where Samuel goes to Jesse's house to anoint his son, at least one of them, to be king. And he gets there, and then he says, they bring all of them, and he says, none of this. Is there no other person? And they says, there's one. There remains one, but he's the youngest and is taking care of the sheep. And the same thing happened. The same highlighter thing happened again. And I said, what's going on here? And the Holy Spirit said, what position is Kingsley in his family? I said, he's the youngest. He said, what do pastors do? I said, they take care of the sheep. He said, yes, he's the youngest. He's taking care of the sheep. Arise, anoint him, for he's the one. I said, Lord, wait. I'm not pastor's wife material. It's not a good idea, Jesus. Let's have this. It's not, you want to spoil your house. It's not a good idea. Secondly, he's Igbo. I'm not going to the village. I'm not doing this. Then he's hairy. Have mercy on my children, Lord. Like I could not, honestly, I'm laughing about it, but I was paranoid. It can't be him. And then he was the most unromantic God. When I met him, oh God. And you see, usually God gives you your spouse in seed form. So yes, at the time he was very romantic. I mean, there was one day we were going somewhere, and remember, I was dating someone who I was used to him opening doors for me. And so I said to him, what's wrong? So he gets into we're going down, and just goes to his side, opens the car, enters the car, and I'm standing by the door. And then I tapped and I said, you can't even open the door for me. And for you to get the full, because I mean, if I say it in English, it won't really, do you understand? It won't really hit it. I said, so you're not going to open the door for me? He said, wait into your hand. In other words, what's wrong with your hand? I could not believe it. I said, is this the person that God said I should leave that one for this one, this type? Lord, I can't do this with you. Very unromantic, it was very, like, he wouldn't even call. Oh God, that's okay. We've done a full, God, Father, I thank you anyway, because if he did not change. So anyhow, God now says to me, this is the one. I struggled with it. But even though it was hard at the time, let me explain something. I think the real reason why I struggled with it was because like I said, I had friend zoned him, so I wasn't attracted to him at all. It wasn't my spec. He didn't look like what I thought the guy I would marry looked like. But so you don't look at him now. It wasn't like this then. He was very skinny. He didn't have hair. He was bald. He used to skin his hair, completely shave everything off. No beard. So he was not like this. So when I say sometimes, people are like, no, he wasn't anything like this. And God sometimes sends you your partner in seed form. And sometimes we miss it because we're looking for finished products. Usually, your dad that you're comparing that boy to, your mom had years of work to turn him into the man that you met. He wasn't like that when you met your mom as well. So usually God will send you in seed form. And I know this generation doesn't want to do the work. Let him come ready. But it doesn't always work that way. It doesn't work that way with God. And so when we decided to get married, the next step was my parents said no. And so that would have been a good place to turn around and say, Lord, you see, I tried my best. My parents said no. Because my mom asked me, what does he do? I said, he's a pastor. She said, yes, I know. What's his work? I said, he's a pastor. She said, I said, I know. What does he do for a living? I said, he pastors. She says, so how does he pay his bills? So we had that whole battle of my parents saying no. We had to pray through it. We had to wait. And then God did one miracle. So my parents are Catholic. I was raised Catholic. And so my parents were like insistent that I was not going to marry anyone. Even if I was going to marry someone who wasn't Catholic, they had to marry in the Catholic Church. And now the process of that is that he has to go through catechism, be baptized in the Catholic Church, be confirmed in the Catholic Church, then sign an agreement that all our children will be raised Catholic. If not, my parents would be banned from taking communion. So there was the whole drama. My mom wasn't going to back down. Pastor K was not going to back down. Pastor, he now sit down and say, I'm listening to catechism class. So it was just weird. And so one day, my mom traveled. And so one day while we were praying about it, one day my dad just sent for me. I was upstairs. I don't want to, Pastor K, I'm not sharing the part where my dad said it wasn't possible because it's my dad. So that's your business if you ever share that story. So my dad sent for me and says to me, my mom traveled. So of course, we're just having a conversation. And he says, your mom says you don't want to get married in Catholic Church. By this time, Basque had come with his family. He wanted to marry me. My dad was now beginning to give in and everything. But the only remaining clause was you must marry in the Catholic Church. So he said to me, are you Catholic? I said no. I don't even know where the boldness came from because I'd been pretending all this while. I would just secretly go out to church in the mornings. I go for their mass at 5 a.m. and then go to church, my church. And they all assume I've gone out. It's church. Wednesday too, after work, I go somewhere. I come home late on Wednesdays. Nobody knows where I've gone to. But I just had the boldness from God, I believe. And I said to him, no, I'm not Catholic. My dad said, if you're not Catholic, then why does your mom expect you to get married in Catholic Church? I said, I don't know. These are the issues. These are the things I'm talking about. My dad says, but I have an idea. You know, the church we go to, it was the chapel in the university near our house. It says that chapel is used by both Protestants and Catholic. It says what we'll do is that on the invitation, we will write it as if just to write the name of the church. We won't write whether, usually they write the name of the church and they'll put in bracket Protestant or Catholic. They won't write any of that. They will think it's printer's error and they will just come. My mom came to church thinking it was a Catholic wedding. And that's how I got married. Now I'm saying this to say to you that God is interested even in the tiny details. He's not just interested in who he points to you. He's not just interested in helping you sort out the process. He's interested in even the tiniest details. So if you want to choose right and you don't want to make a mistake in your marriage, it starts from a relationship with God. You have to know God for yourself. The only way you will not miss it is if you have a rich, vibrant relationship with God and you will listen for his voice. He says in his word that I will guide you with my eyes on the best pathway for your life. So there's a pathway, but there's a best pathway. And the only way you can know that best pathway is if you allow him to guide you. He may not shout. He says, I will guide you with my eyes. Best example I can give is if you were raised by an African mother. African mothers have complete sentences without moving their lips. So you go and visit someone with your mom, and before you leave the house, she says to you, when we get there, don't eat anything. You get to the house and your auntie says, oh my God, I've not seen you since you were 5. Take. And your mother is looking at you like, and then your auntie says, did you say she should not eat in my house? And your mom will say, me? Did I say you should not eat? Take it. You better be watching for her eyes and not her words. If not, with glory to God for a life well spent, those will be the final words you will hear. So what I'm saying to you today is if you want to get it right in marriage, it starts from your relationship with God. He's the one that will point you in the right direction, and he's the one that will get you to the destination he wants to get you to. Were you blessed?